Just so you know, before we start this video, I am a complete amateur. I had the microphone 2 feet behind me over there, so if the audio sounds a little bit messed up, I've just hit the mic as well. It's just because the mic was behind me, but I'm not doing the whole intro again. I'm still below 100,000 subscribers, so I can get away with not being completely professional just yet. Anyway, let's get into it. Sneako is most certainly losing sleep over the Bradley Martyn fight. Look, it happens to the best of us. We have a spar, we get battered, and then we question our whole existence. Like, am I even a man anymore? Will my wife or girlfriend ever respect me? Did I look like the bitch of the gym? I don't know what to do. It's not good for the ego when you get battered like that. But anyway, he's doing the right thing. He's trying to get better. So then for the Bradley Martyn rematch, Sneako will get his revenge. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I like making these little storylines up. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. So big up to Sneako. He actually went down to a boxing gym. He met up with Wade Concept. A few of you boys in the comments have said that I'm like the Scouse Wade. I appreciate you. So good on Sneako. He's done the right thing. Now, this is an 8-hour stream, and I haven't got all day, boys. So we'll just cover the main talking points and the main parts of the video which are notable. So first off, he's going to do a little bit of shadow boxing, so we'll be able to get a little bit of a better idea about Sneako's technique here when he hasn't got someone punching him back.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing here that we were talking about in yesterday's video? He's not fully extending his punches. He's actually almost pouring. So what's happening is at the end of his shot, his fist is translating down like this, and then his elbows are flaring out slightly. So he's kind of got this action going on. Obviously, I'm just exaggerating slightly so I can make a point of it and show you. But he's not getting that full extension and any sort of hip rotation. But it is to be expected he is a beginner. Okay,
there you go. Move around a bit. Good.
There you go. Nice little pivots there. That's good. He's got alright footwork for a beginner who doesn't really know how to punch properly. He moves fairly well. He's not doing a zerker where he's getting his feet crossed over and doing some sort of weird funky breakdance. There you go. Little body jab. Okay. And this is how you know that Sneako's got good solid foundation. Look at his feet. He's not doing anything funky with his feet. Boxing, kickboxing, whatever martial art, it all starts with the footwork. It starts from the ground up. It's usually one of the first things that they teach you when you go to a boxing class is how to move. There's no point learning how to punch if your feet aren't underneath you properly.
Let's go 30 more seconds. Good. Move, move. Don't stay in the same spot. Move. Good.
Sick.
All right, keep going. You're good.
A slight slip there, but that's okay. It was off the back end of a pivot, which is hard to do. Most people don't have the coordination for that. Very short on his hook as well. His hook kind of like this.
5 seconds.
On that 1-2, he's not using his reach to his advantage. As we say, this is shadow boxing. You're going to spar with someone completely different. But what most people don't realise, and I only found this later on in the martial arts journey, is how important shadow boxing is, because you can really slow down the technique and work on placing the shots exactly how you want without worrying about someone's going to smack you back, or without worrying about trying to look like a tough guy on the heavy bag.
Cool. All right.
See that pivot?
Coach, what are we saying?
Most people can't do that.
A lot's wrong, okay. That's a good thing, though.
You're not extending your punches. You're not extending your punches. You're not turning your hip with your right hand. You're more so just doing it for show, not for, action.
He said, you're not extending your punches, you're not twisting your hips, and you're doing it a little bit more for show and not for action. Now, usually what happens when people are shadow boxing is they want to make themselves look like Canelo Alvarez or Floyd Mayweather, and there I am using the head movements, and they go too fast to the point the body can't keep up with the coordination, and they lose the proprioception. If I was analysing someone shadow boxing and they took the time a little bit more, and I could tell that they were placing the shots, I would look a lot more favourably on that person because I can see that they're thinking about what they're trying to do. Shadow boxing isn't about looking like a world beater. It's about practicing the technique. Okay, let's see what else the coach says.
Yo, you got long arms. I can see right now you got long arms. That jab got to come all the way out.
Long arms.
The right hand got to come all the way out. The movement with the feet, that's something that is going to take a minute to work on. But you got the basics. You know how to stand. what I'm saying? But you got to get a little bit more sharper with your feet, a little bit extending the shot. So.
Okay, so he said, you know how to stand. You still need to work on your fundamentals of your footwork. What was it? Once he lost balance then in a 1-2 minute shadow box, which is pretty good because a lot of people get out of position quite frequently. Sneako didn't. He only lost his footing once, which for someone who was rushing it a little bit was fairly decent. Let's see what Wade says.
So you got those notes. Extend. You're a tall guy, dude.
Yeah, I have the reach, but there's no impact. I'm doing it for show, and it's not.
But that's what I'm saying. When you extend,
I gotta rotate.
rotate that bad boy out. Look at that. That range, dog. Where you're at's here. What is that? Right?
Yeah, even less than that.
Right, yeah, exactly. We're tall guys. We can use that.
So as I keep shadow boxing, I'm gonna correct you anyway. So I'm gonna show you like certain things. So yeah, like you see the distance I'm at.
He's also getting a little bit of elbow flare up on the jab. You notice as he's jabbing, he's kind of doing this. Once again, I'm exaggerating so you know what you're looking for. So full screen, he's kind of like that. The elbow's flaring out more than it needs to, rather than boom. Boom. That's all you're getting for the time being, lads. You'll have to make do. I thought the main notable point in this video that we should react to is the hip movement, because that's what's going to allow Sneako to get the full extension of his punches by being able to twist and rotate. So they go through that with him. It's hard to get the coordination of it, so let's see how he handles it.
Jab, 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn that.
Make sure you turn that back foot over. There we go.
There. See the difference in that? If we were to just take that back one, right, watch on that 1-2. I think it's the second 1-2 he does. He does the short punch again. And then he says, make sure you turn that back foot. And the moment the Sneako turns the back foot, he gets the full extension. So, yeah, I'll play it back again. Watch now.
All right, throw the jab. Let me see. Jab, 1, 2.
Okay, 1.
1, 2.
There, end of this punch.
Turn that.
You see that? It was a very short right hand. His right shoulder actually stayed back. So it was like that instead of actually rotating his body. Now watch how much longer Sneako's jab is right here.
Make sure you turn that back foot
Let me try and catch it. Rumbles a little bit fiddly on these buttons.
over. There we go.
There. Do you see? It was a lot more extended just from focusing on the hips and turning the foot.
What you've learned so far, which is very, very little, obviously, but it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
You're feeling in your head, you're like, what do you mean I'm stiff, I'm tight, I'm trying to move this way. It feels like we're breaking down, compartmentalizing every muscle. Exactly. We're doing we're doing every exactly. Which is kind of what we don't want you to think. We want you to be able to get to that position without thinking. But the problem is you have to start by really over-exaggerating all that stuff. That's why he's saying it's a little bit over-exaggerate even this. Over-exaggerate that when you're turning over, because this isn't it, right? When you turn over those shots, just to be able to, once you have that over-exaggeration built in, then when everything is muscle memory, it's all here and you can be a little looser and you can be a little twitchy and boom, over the top, right?
Yeah, great words by Wade. So that's what I was saying with the shadow boxing. You have to be deliberate with your strikes in order for the motor patterns to be drilled into you. That's the whole point in drilling. So before I got sick in January when I was training kickboxing last year, because I'd been out of the game a while before last year, I wanted to really make a point of slowing myself down, because what I noticed is every time I'd go back to kickboxing, I'd be trying to keep up with the other lads who've been doing it 5, 10, 15 years non-stop. So I'd be like that on the heavy bag or the pads, just rushing myself and trying to prove a point to the other lads that, yeah, look, I have still got it. I'm a brown belt. Look at me, I'm good. But instead, I started making a conscious decision to slow everything down and work on the technique and the coordination of the shots. And I noticed after 6, 8 months, everything was a lot sharper. I'm not the best boxer. I'm better at mixing it all up together. MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing. But I noticed from purposely slowing everything down, that my boxing got better.
My chat is asking, do you always train with leather pants?
No, this is for me.
That's just swag right there, man. When you got it like that, you can walk in with the orange vest on, you know what I'm saying?
Start off fighting like round after round. Like when we first start, it's called the hip twist. So like you'll get in your boxing stance and you'll put your hands on your hips like this, and then you'll twist your left.
Oh yeah, dog.
And then you'll twist your right foot and turn your shoulder.
This is yoga?
Hands on hips, silent lips.
You gotta twist the feet. Though.
Everything you do, make sure you imagine the opponent in front of you. Everything you do, you gotta lock in.
So you gotta twist, you gotta turn the left foot.
I don't know if it needed it that zesty though, you know what I'm saying, Sneako? I don't know if they needed all zesty like that.
Watch my feet. So it's like, you see how I'm just twisting my toe and I'm just turning my shoulder.
Yeah.
And this will get your hips used to moving that way.
Hip mobility, son.
Start
Now, I'm not a boxer, but I've never seen this drill before. Any boxers in the comments, let me know if this is a legit drill. But I can't tell if they're trolling him or not, because I can see Wade's face, and he's smiling. He said, don't do it as zesty. You could see him in the background when they set up this drill. He was laughing to himself. Quite funny, anyway.
There you go.
Slow it down. You come back to the
Hey, there we go.
shoulder covers.
Come on now.
Shoulder covers the chin.
That's that one he hit in the club last night. You know what I'm saying?
You like watch like high level guys that slip punches, punches like just using your shoulder. You don't have to have your hands up all the time.
Yeah.
But this also gets you used to turning with your right,
With your hip,
twisting, stuff like that.
Oh.
But it'll be like you'll come and then you'll wait and you'll twist.
Think of it too, Sneako, that shoulder, it's protecting stuff, right? We're not just doing it to roll the shoulder. We're protecting that chin. Keep that shoulder up there on that chin, too.
But you kind of like
Yeah, it's that back one. It's when he's throwing that. It looks like he's proper doing a little Drake dance or something. Okay, so he's obviously learning hip movements now. Him and Wade had a little bit of a spar. So let's jump ahead to that spar and see if he actually implements the full extension of his punches and the hip rotation, and see if he maybe looks a little bit better than he did against Bryce Hall yesterday. So I think what they're going to do here is Wade's going to throw punches and Sneako's going to focus on defending a bit more and protecting himself by keeping his guard up, getting his head off the centre line, a little bit more movement. Wade also said he won't throw punches as hard as Bradley Martyn, so he doesn't have to worry in that aspect. And it also ties into sparring. Should you spar hard with all-out intensity, or should it be somewhere in the middle or somewhere light? Well, the answer is all of them. But when you're a beginner, there is no reason to spar hard, because you haven't got the technique and the motor patterns built into you yet to be able to fall back on your technique. So if someone goes hard on you in sparring, you're going to go into survival instinct and you're just going to shell up or turn away from the punches. Sparring should be playful.
But yeah, let's have you move around. And again, we learned, right, all this stuff about protecting. I want to see if we're reacting better to punches than we did with Bradley. That's all.
Okay.
For the next minute, yeah?
Yep.
You can fire back with stuff, but I'll see how you move with punches. Right? Don't push at me. Everything here. Right? Right? Right, good. So here. Now I'm in close. What are we doing now?
Pivot out.
Right? Hands. Good. Elbows.
Clinch up, pivot out.
Push off. Hold me. Anything you can to get out of this corner. There we go. Now move out.
There you go.
Move around.
So
Good.
look at his chest.
You're not watching this. You're not watching me here. You're watching.
Right at the ass.
Right. Because I can fake a lot of this. I can't fake this. Right?
That's another thing. Where do you actually look? Do you look in the eyes? Do you look at the chest? Some people like to look in the eyes. I've always looked at the chest because I like to see what the shoulders are doing. Also, when I'm sparring people, I know who looks in the eyes and who looks at the chest, so I can use that to my advantage. If they look at my eyes, I can use my eyes to feint, which is a little bit of an advanced tactic. If we're fighting and you look at me in the eyes and I'm looking at the chest, I can look low and throw a leg kick. And I know that you've spotted me looking low to place that leg kick. But now I can do exactly the same with the eyes. I can feint low, but then turn that leg kick into a head kick. You can use your vision, your eyes, as a weapon, as a way of deceiving your opponent. But it depends. It's a complete personal preference. If you watch the UFC or something, like, you've got a lot of fighters who look at the chest, you've got a lot of fighters who look in the eyes. It doesn't really matter.
Right? Good. Good.
That's it. You should throw some jabs as well. Wade did say throw stuff back at him, so throw some jabs.
See? Good. Come on. Good. There you go. Good.
Yeah, nice.
Keep moving. Good.
When you don't know what you're doing as well, you don't understand how confusing this is. Someone's in front of you. Wade's obviously a big guy. I didn't know he was that tall. But when you've got someone coming at you like this, it's very difficult to know what to do. Even when you pivot out, a second later, he's right back in front of you again. So you've got to have really good movement to be able to deal with this type of pressure.
This way.
That way, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throw some jabs and go.
1, 2. Ready? 1. Yeah. 2. Good.
Nice.
And again. Good.
Hey.
And again. Good. Good.
So keep your eyes up.
Follow up now. Throw that right after you slip. Good. I'm all over you, so you got to be able to move your feet. Here. Good. There you go. Right.
Now, some people might look at this and say there's zero improvement versus Bryce Hall. We have to remember it has only been a day, but it's to be expected because it's a completely different rules of engagement. Sneako is just trying to defend and see punches coming and just back up and focus on the movement. Wade is just coming at him, so you have to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Because if this is here and I can start playing with it, I know you're not moving it, I'm coming here. Or I'm coming there.
You got me with the hook.
Move out. I'm here. There you go.
See what was happening there? I said it in yesterday's video. He was probably getting a little bit mesmerised by Wade's movement. So as Wade was moving his head more, Sneako just went into freeze mode and was just watching Wade get his work off. And he forgot what he was doing. Watch again. See, Wade increases his movement now. Sneako just doesn't know what to do. He's watching, he's watching. He forgets.
I'm here.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
He's gonna lead there. Good.
Good work.
Not too bad. See the difference though, when we start moving, no time to think.
It's all got to become reflex at that point.
All at that point.
Yep.
That's why we do the small stuff first.
And that's why these spars with the likes of Bradley Martyn are pretty much useless, pointless, because you're not learning anything. So what did I think of Sneako here? Obviously, there wasn't much improvement from yesterday, but Wade was putting a lot of pressure on him, and it also wasn't really a spar. It was more like movement practice. But Wade's done a really good job coaching Sneako. But anyway, based on Sneako's attributes, he's already got a little bit of foundation there. If he was able to keep this up, I think we'd see a lot of progression out of him. So comment down below, how did you think this went from Sneako? What did you think of his little game movements? Good for the dance floor, not so much for the boxing ring. Nice one for all the love and support on the channel, especially on yesterday's video. Loads of you subscribed after I said to you, hey, make sure you subscribe if you're watching me content. So I appreciate you all. Just make sure you got them notifications turned on so you can see when each video drops. It's usually somewhere between like 7 and 9 PM UK time every day. Okay, nice one, boys. Keep smashing the gym. See you all tomorrow.